Hello, this is Ari with Modern Telecom. I'm going to be showing you how to use our new setup here with the V66 Pro phones, the i504 touchscreens, and this is the i16SV outdoor door station. So what's going to happen is when either one of these door stations, somebody uses the call button, we're going to activate a ring group. The ring group is going to ring different devices in a sequence. So it's going to start by going to the reception phone first, and then after a couple of rings, it's going to add additional devices. And then if still there's no answer, then it's going to go to the supervisor's phone over here. So you can watch the demonstration of how the ring stage works. So what we're doing is we're adding additional phones as the ring stage progresses. We're not stopping to ring the reception phone. In this configuration, we will just continue to add the additional phones in a stage. All right, so answering any one of these devices then stops the ringing on all the other devices, of course. So I'll show you. We'll answer the phone on this one, and now we get the video. Now, first thing I'm going to do is actually mute the phone. Okay, because we're very close to the intercom, so we're going to get a lot of feedback interference. All right, this is the video image coming from the intercom, and if we want to maximize it to get a bigger picture, we can click on it, and now it's in full screen video, and then you can click it again to get it small. So to unlock the door, if you've spoken to the person and verified who they are, so you have a couple different ways that you can unlock the door. Option one is on these phones, there is a button here that's just the round dot. If you push this button, it will unlock the door. And then about 10 seconds after it's unlocked the door, the call will disconnect itself. So you can do this kind of hands-free. So it just gives you enough video to see the person walking in, but you don't actually have to disconnect or hang up. All right, other ways that you can unlock the door, because this is the ramp and this is the front door. So let's say we can do the ramp, and then we can answer. Put it on mute. Okay, you've got these dedicated unlock buttons right here, so you can unlock the front or you can unlock the ramp. So right here I can click to unlock the ramp, and it flashes the light to let you know that it's unlocking the ramp door. All right, finally, there's a third way, and that is pressing the star button on the keypad will also unlock the door. All right, now these front and ramp unlock buttons will work all the time, regardless of whether you've received a call. So this is good for a situation where perhaps a client has called you on their cell phone and not by pushing the button, or perhaps you can see through a window that there's somebody waiting at the door. You can just go ahead and push any of these buttons, and that immediately triggers to unlock the door. All right, these other buttons on here are speed dials to other phones. So pushing one of these will ring through to another phone. All right, and the paging button can be used to page all the devices. So let's suppose somebody has come for their appointment and you need to let everybody know that the appointment is here in the building. This is a page. I'm sending a test page. This is a page. I'm sending a text page. All right, that comes through all the devices when you do the page. All right, there's a more button down here, and if you click the more, okay, there's different pages of additional buttons. So on page one, this is all the other extensions in the organization, and I put on page two specific modes for the intercom. So I have one here that's call front, monitor front, and unlock front, and then call ramp, monitor ramp, unlock ramp. So if I just do, for example, monitor ramp, this just brings up a video screen. So this you can just monitor if you're expecting somebody at a certain time or you want to keep an eye on what's going on. That's just a surveillance screen of what's going on at the ramp. All right, and the unlock is the same as the functions on the home screen. And to call is, let's suppose you want to actually call to communicate with somebody who's waiting at the door, but they haven't pushed the button. Maybe their hands are full, or you're expecting them at a certain time and want to call. You can just simply push this button. And in this way, you've initiated the call to the door rather than the door calling you. You've called the door. All right. I'm going to switch over to the screens now, the touch screens, and show you how these work. Similar functionality. If you get the call, you can answer that from the intercom. Okay, so I'm going to click answer. I just muted it because it'll be a lot of feedback. All right, when you want to let the person in, you push the door button here. So that pops up right on the screen that you can push that button to unlock the door. All right, very simple. If you want to place a call from these screens, they do function as phones. You can push the dialer button, and now you've got a dial tone, and you can actually call any phone number you want. It works just like a regular phone, except you don't have a handset, so all your calls are in speakerphone. There's your volume. If you need a keypad, you can bring this up if you've got to push a touch tone on a keypad. Modern Telecom. All right, so it is an actual phone. This button here, DND. So if you're in a class, there's a session and you do not want this to interrupt, then you would push the DND button. Okay, it just tells you a little help thing that DND is on, but what that means is do not disturb. So this device will not receive calls when it's in do not disturb. All right, so it's completely silent, can't receive calls. I'll turn that off. Now this button up here is the same as the kind of more button on these phones where it brings up all the other speed dials. So I'll do that over here. And now we have a select menu of speed dials. So I've got the call front, call the ramp. From here we could immediately call reception, parking and paging is from here. And then similar monitoring, so we can use this to just surveillance monitor. We can go back, we can unlock the doors. We can page the entire building. We can page the entire building. All right, and I also put a speed dial in here for emergency services. If you have other speed dials you would like me to add in there, we can certainly add in additional speed dials. For example, I put in to just quickly call the reception phone. Might be helpful to have a speed dial that goes to the reception. All right, that's about it for operating the screen and the phones. I'll demonstrate one more feature, and that is parking a call. So it doesn't have anything to do with the intercoms, but if you receive a call from somebody and you need to locate them in the building, then rather than putting them on a hold, see, hold means that it's only held on your specific phone. But if you park the call, then you can answer it on any other device. So for example, I'm going to call the reception phone from here. So I'll say call reception. All right, so I've answered the reception. And now we want to go to the kitchen and answer this and transfer this call over there. So I'm going to park the call here. Now what that's done is it's made this light blinking on all the phones. So parking is blinking. So it is on hold, and it's even on these screens as well. So when I go into here, there is a parked call. It's letting me know. And from any phone in the building that has the flashing parked call, you can now retrieve this call that was put on hold with this person over here. So I can go over to here, and now I've retrieved the call from this caller. So these people are now connected. I could do that again. I could park it. I could move over to here. And now I've retrieved the call over on this one. A lot of feedback. So parking is a good way to put somebody on hold and then retrieve the call from another phone. Another example is you could park the call. You could then page for the person and say, attention so-and-so, we've parked the call for you. And then they could just have to get themselves to any phone in the building or screen, and they can click the parking button to retrieve that call. All right, thanks for watching.